Yeah, that's a good one to get in a routine. You play early, time you're not used to playing, and then first game, big stage. So it was good just to get out there, even though we weren't hitting shots that first quarter. We relied on our defense. The first and second quarters, we held them to 7 and 6 points. When you're holding a team to single digits from the get-go, I think you're setting the tone. And so that's what's going to win. That's what has won us games. That's what's going to continue to win us games is our defense. So proud of the all-around effort. It was a good showing by these two. They lead us every day, along with Tierra, Laura, Callie. I think that's a core group that you can tell from the get-go we rely on to set the tone. And very, very proud of them in this first step.
Questions from the room?
Fraternity. Playing in the Olympics last summer, what have you took away? So this fraternity, for playing in the Olympics last summer, what have you taken away from that experience as far as like preparation, scouting, training that you've taken away and just kind of brought to this tournament to help you out this time around?
I think the Olympics gave me a lot of confidence that I can physically be wherever I want to go. But I think the next step is the mental part. So coming back, just focusing on my mental, making sure I take care of myself, my spirituality, everything that comes with being a mental human being.
Probably hear you. I know your voice.
Alyssa, breaking the record today, what does that mean to you, and like how aware are you of Becky Hammond and her legacy in the game? Because that's a pretty big name in women's basketball.
In Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. Obviously, I know Becky Hammond. I don't know her personally, but I know of her really well. Being in Las Vegas for the last 3 years of my life, watched the Aces play, watched her coach, watched her as a player. Breaking the record is cool, but winning a ring is even better. So that's all I'm really focused on right now, and what we want to do.
And Amali, just the totality of a number like 30 wins. No matter when or where you get there, what does that mean for a program to reach like a number like that?
It means that we have some really good kids that are bought into a system, bought into each other. They came every day and worked. So it's not like 30 wins just appear. There's a lot of behind the scenes that goes on. And you mentioned it with Trinity and her summer experience, and Liz and her work ethic and those unseen hours. All that contributes to the byproduct of winning. So when you have a group like that who's hungry, who works hard, who plays true team basketball, then I guess this is the result. So we just want a few more.
Molly, you scored 10 points after one quarter. You've had slow starts off and on throughout the season. How are you able to, and how is this team able to make those adjustments to where those second quarters can be so stingy?
That's okay. We settle in based on our defense. And so, kind of like I mentioned, if we're not hitting shots, as long as they're not hitting shots because they're suffocating defense, then we'll be okay, and we'll find our groove. And that's exactly what happened today. Is you expect that a little bit in that first quarter, first game, first round of the tournament. But I think the girls did a good job of settling in. But in the meantime, you get stops, you'll be fine.
Same question to Trent.
I think one thing that especially Cooper echoes a lot on the court is next play, next shot, next shot. So, it's basketball, it's a game of errors. Things happen good, things happen bad. So one day your shot's going to fall, one day it's not. And who knows, you got to always take the next shot.
This is from Molly. Molly, with the season you guys have been having, your name has been tied to some bigger jobs as of late. How do you, with going into the WAC tournament, how do you get this team to kind of let go of all the distractions and focus on this tournament?
There are no distractions for me. I said this earlier. My team and myself are so locked in. We have a saying, we didn't come this far just to come this far. So we are ready, we are prepared, and it is all eyes on the prize.
You talked about the defensive change, from quarter to quarter. Like, that first quarter was ugly. 11 turnovers combined, no points, really, not a lot of points. And then you guys ramped up the defense. How, I guess, in difference to the men's game where there's two halves in the quarter situation where you get that chance to regroup, how does that change a ball game so quickly, the momentum, where you maybe get that extra timeout basically to get your players, ready to go?
Well, I think it's nice because we do have a player-led team, so I think the leadership in the huddles can kind of rally the troops. And in that moment, they're locked. They're locking eyes. They're nodding their head. They're having good body language. Trinity mentioned it. Our leaders saying next play mentality. So when they can kind of regroup themselves, you have a special team. And we have our little coaches huddle before, but I know they're talking amongst themselves and doing the things, making adjustments, getting each other excited with energy for the next play. So that's what this team is. They're just a group that can lead and say the right things in the right moments, and they know what to say in those moments because of their maturity and their experience.
Does it, like you said, experience, does it help that you have 9 seniors that have been there, done that know what it's like to lose here, but also that know what it takes to win here as well?
Of course. I mean, we're kind of lockstep right now, and those seniors lead the charge. Of course, you're survive and advance or lose and go home. They know what that means to them, and that's kind of, it doesn't have to be said in our locker room. It's just a feel.
And just for Trin, you've been here so many times now. Is the hype within you still the same, like butterflies, or now has it become more normal, like another game?
I mean, it's kind of the same game wherever you go. I can be in Paris, I can be here. It's the same basketball game. But you're always going to get butterflies, but knowing where you've been, the ground you've been on, kind of helps a little bit.
Molly, outside of the experience that you have with this squad, what's been the difference maybe from the last couple years that makes you so well-rounded this year?
I mean, you just said it. The pieces all complement each other. So I don't know as an opponent what you're going to take away without giving something up. You got Trinity and Tierra, who are amazing athletes and slashers. Those lanes are opened up because you've got Anna and Lissa on the perimeter that are knockdown shooters. You can't really double Laura because you got those shooters, and so she's one-on-one, and she's easy buckets down below. So I think every piece really complements one another. And then to their credit, they know how to work with one another and set each other up. They really highlight each other's strengths well. And when you have those pieces and you have that talent, meshing that into chemistry is tough to do. But again, to their credit, they figured out how to do that. And I think we've seen the evolution of this team and the trajectory very nicely and how they're setting up one another. We always say KYP your opponents. Well, they pretty KYP, know your personnel with your own team. And they're really, really good about getting each other the right shots at the right moments at the right time.
Alyssa, last year at this time, you were across town at the T&M. Yes, it's obviously different court, different tournament, but is there a little bit of a comfort zone by the fact that you're back in Vegas in March?
I mean, yeah, a little. It doesn't really matter where I'm at with this team. I know wherever we're at, we're going to win. But yeah, it's nice being kind of back here. It's nice.
Anything else? Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck tomorrow.
Appreciate it.